Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this video, we are going to present for you about Protozoa. So first we look at the introduction. Protozoa is considered to be a subkingdom of the kingdom Protista. It is found in almost every possible habitat. More than 50,000 species have been described, most of which are free-living organisms. They live in a wide variety of moist habitat, including freshwater, marine environment, and soil. So, who actually found it or discovered it? It was Anton van Leeuwenhoek. He was the first person to see protozoa. Next, basically, protozoa are living in or on our own body. It may be live outside or inside our body. Protozoa is actually pathogens and usually produce disease such as malaria. Protozoa can be grouped by the way they move, which is locomotion. For example, amoeba are classified as a phylum Rhizopoda because it uses pseudopodia to do locomotion and feeding process. So next, we look at the types of protozoa. Basically, there are four types of protozoa. The first one is phylum Rhizopoda. An example for this type is amoeba sp. So it does feeding and locomotion process by pseudopodia. It is unicellular and has no fixed shape. It spread in marine, freshwater, and soil. It is heterotrophic or parasitic. It undergoes sexual reproduction only, also called binary fission. The second type is phylum Coelophora. It does feeding and locomotion process by cilia. It is eukaryotic, unicellular, and usually oval in shape. It spread in marine and freshwater. It is categorized as heterotrophic, rarely parasitic. It undergoes asexual binary fission and sexual reproduction. It does both of it. An example for this type is Paramecium sp. The third one is phylum Euglynophyta. It does locomotion by one or more flagella. It is eukaryotic, unicellular, and usually oval in shape. It spread in marine and freshwater. It mainly autotrophic, using chloroplast for photosynthesis, food storage by perimylin. It only does asexual reproduction. An example for this one is Euglena. The last one is phylum Apicomplexa. It has no cilia and flagella. It is eukaryotic, unicellular, apical complex for penetrating host cells. All of it are parasitic. Life cycles that typically include asexual and sexual phases. And an example for this one is Plasmodium, which causes malaria. Classification of protozoa. So as we can see here, okay, firstly, living organisms are classified into three domains, which is bacteria, archaea, and eukarya. So as you can see there, protozoa is classified in eukarya because it has a nucleus and membrane-bound organelles. Eukarya is the domain consisting of unicellular and multicellular organisms whose cells contain nuclei and membrane-bound organelles. Next, the kingdom of protozoa is Protista. Kingdom Protista are made up of organisms with eukaryotic cells, either unicellular, colonial, or simple multicellular form. These organisms are widespread in aquatic and dam habitats, which are either autotrophic, heterotrophic, or parasitic. Okay, there are four types of protozoa phylum, which is Coelophora because it does feeding and locomotion process by cilia. Second, Rhizopoda, which does feeding and locomotion process by pseudopodia. The third phylum is Euglynophyta. Euglynophyta use one or more flagella to do the locomotion process And the last one is Epicomplexa, which is do not have cilia and flagella. As we can see here, there are three classes under phylum Rhizophoda, which is Heterolobusi, Lobosi, and Caryoblasti. And for the order under Lobosi, we have Amobida, Asalinida, and Iomobida. So this is the classification of Protozoa. Okay, next we look at the general applications of Protozoa. The first one, it is helpful in sanitation. It plays an important role in keeping water safe in drinking purpose. But how? Protozoa live in polluted water. Okay, they live in polluted water and feed upon waste organic substances and thus purify it. Some protozoa feed on bacteria and then purify the water indirectly. Next, protozoa as food. Protozoa will become a food for other organisms, such as fish and prawn. And then, fertility of soil. Protozoa have a good fertility on soil. They graze on soil bacteria. Bacteria eaten by protozoa contain too much nitrogen in the form of ammonium. Protozoa rapidly take up most of the ammonium, and some of it is used by the plant. And the last one is symbiotic protozoa. Protozoa help in digestion of cellulase. Certain protozoa like Trichonimpia and Colonimpia live in the gut of termite, which help in the digestion of cellulase. The digested cellulase is utilized by the host. So we're going to look on scientific application. In this slide, I will explain a little bit more detail about how the wastewater treatment is working, how it works using protozoa or involving protozoa. So the method used in wastewater treatment is called activated sludge. So as you can see here, this is sludge mixed with wastewater. Okay, in this mixture, there are microbes such as bacteria and protozoa. Okay, so these microbes or bacteria and protozoa will consume the waste in the water, or they will consume each other, or they will eat each other. And after that, they will clump together into particles called flocks. So as we can see here, this is the flocks that already go down. Okay, after they clump together, they will go down, and this we call as activated sludge. And then we will remove this activated sludge, then only we will get the clear water that located at the above. Okay, Quranic verse that relate to protozoa. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. وما تكون في شأن وما تتلو منه من قرآن ولا تعملون من عمل إلا كنا عليكم شهودا إذ تفيدون فيه وما يغرب عن ربك من مثقال ذرة في الأرض ولا في السماء ولا أصغر من ذلك ولا أكبر إلا في كتاب مبين. Surah Yunus, verse 61. So why do we choose this verse? Is because, first I will read the translation. There is no activity you may be engaged in, or prophet, or portion of the Quran you may be reciting, nor any deed you all may be doing, except that we are witness over you while doing it. Not even an atom's weight is hidden from your Lord on earth or in heaven, nor anything smaller or larger than that, but is written in a perfect record. So why do we choose this verse? is because, as you can see here, it's stated not even an atom weight is hidden from your lot. So even atom, right? Even atom is in our gut knowledge. He has control over it, and there's no secret at all. Even the smallest thing on Earth, just like protozoa, it's a microorganism which is so small that we can't see with our naked eyes. And yeah, yet still Allah has a great know. It has he know all the thing, right? It has control all over the things, even yeah, even smallest atom. It says in this ayah. For the references, we got so many sources on the internet. As you can see here, we have classification of protozoa, general uses, and then uh, yes, this is all the links. We have 10 links. Thank you for watching the video.